Hello there and welcome to Trending News here on Atlantic TV. I am your host Jeremiah, here to give you the latest in news, sports, entertainment and business. I'll be right back after this short break to give you the news in full. Do stay with us. Welcome back. On to our first story. Education Minister expresses shock over ASUU strike. Minister for Education, Professor Adamu has expressed surprise over the one-month industrial action embarked by the Academic Staff Union of Universities on Monday. This, according to him, if after several negotiations between ASUU and the federal government, they haven't reached any truce, the fault is no longer the government. The minister said this on Wednesday while receiving questions from State House correspondents shortly after the weekly Federal Executive Council meeting. Moving on, petrol supply will be restored next week. Group Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer of the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation Limited, NNPC, Mr. Mele Kyari, yesterday apologized to Nigerians for the damage caused by the importation of substandard fuel into the country. He also assured Nigerians that normalcy would return to petrol stations by next week. He says the National Oil Company has taken necessary steps to restore supply in the country. Moving on, why Nnamdi Kanu won't be allowed to wear clothes with lion head, SSS. The State Security Service, SSS, on Wednesday told the Federal High Court in Abuja that Nnamdi Kanu, leader of the proscribed indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, cannot wear clothes with symbols of a lion's head. Kanu, who is accused of various offenses, including treasonable felony and terrorism offenses he allegedly committed in the course of his separatist campaign. The Secret Service lawyer explained that the clothes with lion's head offend the standard operating procedure of the SSS, but Mr. Kanu insisted on donning the Igbo attire, which carries an emblem of a lion's head, a typical dress worn by IPOB members in Nigeria's southeastern region. The IPOB leader is being prosecuted on a 15 amended count charge before the Federal High Court in Abuja. Moving on, Uniben students protest ASUU strike, block Benin Ore Highway. Hundreds of students of the University of Benin Uniben on Wednesday staged a massive protest in Benin, the Edo State capital. The protesting students who stormed the streets barricaded the busy Benin-Ore Expressway were seen with placards bearing inscriptions like "Education is our right. 5 years course has now turned into 7 years. FG settle ASUU. Enough is enough." The situation resulted in a traffic gridlock for several hours, forcing many motorists to seek alternative routes to their respective destination. Moving on, police arrest 2 notorious kidnappers in Kaduna State. The Kaduna State Police Command has arrested 2 notorious bandits terrorizing the state. The command's public relations officer, ASP Mohammed Jaligi, made this known in a statement on Wednesday. Jaligi said it took the combined efforts of the operatives attached to the command along with civilian joint task force men to apprehend the 2 bandits who identify as Bini Salami aka Yellow and Musa Bature along Sabungaye in Chunkot local government area of the state. Moving on to our next story, Flutterwave valued at $3 billion. Flutterwave, one of the leading technology companies, yesterday announced that it has raised over $250 million in Series D funding, valuing the company at over $3 billion. A statement shows that the company with fresh capital has become the highest value African startup. Moving on to our next story, reps seek emergency declaration on poor infrastructures in coastal communities. The House of Representatives on Wednesday resolved to declare a state of emergency on the poor state of infrastructures in all the coastal communities in Nigeria. The House also urged the Federal Ministry of Health to ensure the provision of basic and primary health care service in these communities, while also calling on the Ministry of Water Resources to prioritize the provision of potable drinking water to the communities also. Moving on to our next story, squirrels killed as gunmen storm Abia cattle market. Abia State government yesterday said 8 people were killed by gunmen at New Cattle Market in Umuma Uzo in Okwa West local government area of the state on Tuesday. Commissioner for Information Chief Eze Chikamnoyo, who confirmed the incident in a statement in Abia yesterday, condemned the attack. He said that on February the 15th at about 11:54 p.m., some yet to be identified hoodlums attacked strangers at the cattle market. The commissioner further said that the government was working to provide support for families of the victims of the attack. He also added that people who were injured in the attack were in hospital receiving medical treatment. Moving on from entertainment news, we give you news across Africa. Morocco announced $1 billion drought relief plan. Morocco said on Wednesday it will launch a nearly $1 billion aid plan project to help in its agricultural industry, which has been hit by severe drought over the recent years. The emergency plans aim to mitigate the effects of delay in rainfall, to alleviate the impacts on agricultural activities, and to provide assistance to farmers and livestock breeders affected. The Royal Palace said this in a statement. The plan will cost a total of 10 billion dirhams, which is equivalent to $1 billion. Moving on to business news, equity market closes slightly in green. The Nigerian equity market rerouted slightly to the green region on Wednesday as investors resumed bargain activities after the market steady close the preceding day. At the close of the stock trading section on Wednesday, the Nigerian Exchange Limited All-Share Index increased by 0.04% from preceding day's low of 47,064.28 points to 47,109.25 points. The stock market's positive return year-to-date increased to 10.28%. Also, the value of listed stock in the Nigerian Stock Exchange increased by $28 billion. Moving on, we give you sports reports. Super Eagles captain Ahmed Musa donates $2 million to Kingsley Obiako, a former Nigerian player. Super Eagles of Nigerian's captain Ahmed Musa has offered support to former player Kingsley Obiako. According to several reports, Musa donated a total sum of $2 million to help Obiako. Obiako, a former Super Eagles player, is now a bus driver, according to a post on Facebook. Musa decided to intervene by sending Obiako money to help with his situation. Obiako, who is now 47 years old, was a member of the Nigerian Under-23 team that won a gold medal in the men's football event at the 1996 Olympics in Atlanta, United States of America. Moving away from sports reports, we give you health news, daily COVID-19 tracker. No case of coronavirus has been recorded in Nigeria for the past 24 hours. As always, please ensure to wear your face mask, wash your hands regularly under running water, and by all means avoid overcrowded places. As always, you can do well to follow us on all our social media handles now displaying at the bottom of your screen. Until we come your way again next time, please do stay safe.